After a period of seemingly respite, Nigeria's crude oil production fell to a 7th-month low of 998,602 barrels per day in April, a blow to recent gains made from renewed effort by the federal government to tackle oil theft and pipeline vandalism in the Niger Delta. This recent development has made the country lose its status as Africa's largest crude oil producer to Angola, following a decline in Opec production quota. The depleted production figure from last month was partly connected with the shutting down of oil platforms and declaration of force majeure by ExxonMobil in Nigeria amid last month, especially at the Ibom asset. Nigeria's oil sector continues to face challenges such as the shift to renewable energy, economic and security risk, sabotage pipeline vandalism, and technical issues hindering increased investments and raising concern about future oil revenues. Mr. Banu, let me quickly get your view on this before we move on to the corporate earnings for the show as we wind up now. Oil and gas sector seems to be, like Mr. Andrews said, the source of Nigerian foreign exchange earning. Now, so much focus has always been on the oil and gas sector. What should the government be doing now concerning the taking advantage of the potentials in the non-oil sector to boost its forex reserve?
I believe there have been so many actions, policies that have been taken by the federal government and also the monetary policy committee, in the sense that, okay, the CBN itself has introduced the RT200 in that way in order to increase the effects, to generate more effects for the country, apparently diversifying away from the major source, which is the oil production. And we see what has been happening to the oil sector, despite the fact that, okay, the federal government appointed a private security to monitor the pipeline about some months ago, when we started when the decline came up about the issue of the insecurity around the pipelines of the oil. So now the country has actually been diversifying, and also we see what has happened to our agricultural sector, that, okay, yes, despite the fact that, okay, it's having be fully utilized. I think that's which is the good potential, but it has increased. When we look at our GDP, it has performed relatively fair in terms of the GDP level and the GDP value. So though the federal government has actually been looking elsewhere away from oil, but the way we are looking at it, the rate at which they were looking at it has not been strong enough to say, okay, yes, you can have a great or a good value of FX inflow from that angle.
Okay, so Mr. Ajayi, let's get your view. I'm really concerned about revenue generation for government. Crude oil earnings is the top on the chart for government when it comes to revenue generation. The federal government is complaining it doesn't have money, and that's why it's tasking majority of manufacturers, especially with the implementation of the fiscal policy measures that will take effect from the 1st of next month. With a decline in crude oil earnings, what becomes of government coffers?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's a big problem for the government. And if you look at sometime last year, we actually told these routes, and it wasn't a very good one for us. We got to a time last year where we barely can produce 50% of our allocation by Opec. And one of the reasons is just because, one, we are not seeing much investment in that sector. And also, there's been huge oil theft that's currently affecting the production output in that sector. And that's one of the reasons why the government actually went the route of bringing in private security company to actually handle that. And just after we went that route, we saw a very good improvement in that particular sector until until the month of April, when we found out that production has dropped back to like 1 million barrel per day. It's not a very good one for us because seriously, we were losing a lot of effects, and you and I know that the reasons why our currency is currently where we are today is just because of the level of the FX generation that has dropped significantly, and we barely can meet the demands of manufacturing companies and other demand of private citizens. And as a result of that, everyone is struggling to actually get to actually assess FX, and that's one of the reasons that we have seen our currency plummet that much. So it's a big concern, and the government needs to quickly do something around that. The government will look at a way to actually attract new investments in that sector. We're seeing a situation whereby most of these IOCs are currently giving and it's very, very annoying that you hear something like maybe selling down their business and going to Angola to go and invest in new oil field. It's very, very disheartening. So it means that there's something we need to do in that sector. It means that there is something we need to, maybe policies that will further actually protect and also encourage fresh inflow of oil into that sector to actually further develop that sector. Because if you look at basically what is the level of allotments, allocation, I think we are currently very close to 1.8 million barrels per day, and currently we are just 1 million barrels per day. So to me, it means every day you're losing about 800,000 barrels worth of foundation of oil. That's supposed to actually be like approved to your reserve to actually help your provision of FX for companies, and also help companies to actually meet their FX obligations. So I feel that we need to do something now, and that is just my thoughts around that.